I talked to you before, I think, probably, about what happens if you try to change the world. Gandhi tried changing the world. What happened to him? No, he got shot. Lincoln tries changing the world. What happens to Lincoln? He got shot.
What JFK?
JFK tried changing the world. He got JFK'd. He got shot. John Lennon tries changing the world through music, peace, and love. The guy took time from his very, very busy woman-beating schedule to write a song about peace and love. And what happens to John Lennon? I'll give you a hint. He got shot.
No way, that's crazy.
Anwar Sadat signs the first peace agreement between Israel and the Arab world. What do you suppose happened to Anwar Sadat?
He got shot.
He got shot. You try to create a world that's different from the mask of identity that we're trying to portray on each other. There's a really good chance that you're going to get shot, because when you change the world, you're changing people's environments in which they presently thrive. In other words, everybody who's doing well right now is doing well in the present environment. If you change the environment, they're not going to do so well. Sharks are doing fantastically well in the ocean right now. You bring those sharks out land, they die. Sharks will resist your effort to change the oceans into land, as they should, by the way. And by the way, we should be careful before we change anything, because what happens if we change the oceans into dry land? It would kill all the sharks. The world perishes. So we should be really, really careful before we decide to start doing things like changing the ocean and saying the only reason you don't want the ocean changed is because you're a shark. Well, also because if you change the oceans, the world dies. If you try to change the world, be real damn sure that's something that you should be doing. And also be really damn sure that you're ready to die for it, because there's a really good chance if you try changing the world, you're going to get shot. At least Jesus didn't get shot, though, right?
You're crucified.
Yeah, he got crucified, that's true.
Yeah, that's gotta be fun.
But then he rose again, according to the scriptures, on the third day.
Yeah. It's an interesting case, by the way. I think about this from time to time, that Jesus is a guy who, whatever your religious beliefs or non-religious beliefs, most people agree, good dude. Walked the earth, peace, loved people, turned over a table in the temple. I mean, who hasn't done that, though, right? This is the whole thing about him coming back and judging the world, but we'll wait. But besides that, peace, love your neighbor, all that. And yet when the guy's born, there's no room for him in the manger. There's no room for him, there's no room for him in the city, There's no room for him inside the city. This is a guy who is supposed to be heralded, who's supposed to be loved, but there's no room for him in the city. He has to be born in a manger outside of the town. And then as he's older, he goes to the temple as a child, and he's thrown out of the temple. There's no room for him in the temple. His own family throws him out. There's no room for him in his family. When he dies, he's buried outside the city. There's no room for him inside the city. This is a guy who wore no mask, man, and did wonder and was very kind, and yet his reputation was all over the place at the time. His reputation was so bad that it got him killed. And it makes me wonder sometimes, why is it that the world could not get along with the holiest man who ever lived, and yet somehow it gets along just fantastically well with me? I don't know, man. Are we compromised? Are we wearing a mask to blend in? Are we doing the things that are really right? Because it seems to me that everybody who does things that are really right, well, they get shot. I guess I'm sitting here wondering, where's my gunshot? Or am I just not true enough? Now, I'm not asking anybody to shoot me. We understand that, right? Please don't show up tomorrow and be like, Scanlon wanted this. Just makes me wonder, that's all. That's all I'm wondering. I'm just wondering out loud here. And so, yeah. I guess I would say don't worry so much about your reputation, but we will. We will. And it does matter. That's the hard part. It does matter. I'm just saying it's out of your control. You can do really great things, and you can get shot and crucified. You can do really, really terrible things and get elected president.